growing up, man, I was, came from a loving household, but really didn't have like my dad there at all my events, right? Now that I'm a father, it's like, what can I do that's different than what I experienced? I'm gonna be there as much as possible.
What's going on, everybody? We're here with Dustin and Colt. I feel like old now. It's like seeing kids grow to become young adults. So how old are you?
15.
15, so dang.
So he's five.
Five.
In the booster seat.
If he wasn't available, I wouldn't let nobody else touch my hair. Keven.
I remember this vividly though, and you're gonna laugh because so the thing with me, I can remember a lot of events and haircuts, but I'm terrible with names. But I remember when you came in, he just got off of lacrosse. I think he was doing at the time, and he had some like crazy shoes on. I don't know what it was.
It might have been some cleats.
It was the
multicolored cleats.
Yeah. See,
they were the Cam Newton cleats when Cam Newton was a hit at Carolina.
Yeah. So like I remember that, and just growing from that point on. One thing that Colt really like separates himself from kids his age that I've been able to see. He's so dedicated. Mm-hmm. And there's only one thing really he's dedicated at. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, right? I'm saying like how he's so love with it, which is basketball, right? What made you fall in love with basketball? So I remember you used to come with the Steph Curry jerseys, this jersey, that jersey, jersey. Like, what made you fall in love with it?
I really started loving soccer. Like that was my main sport.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah. And then I don't know. I told him I wanted to play basketball, and just like he put me up for like Upward League or something. I just fell in love with it. So I just
it kind of started with like church because we were attending Royal Redeemer in Liberty Township right there on Yankee.
Okay, yeah.
So he went to preschool and kindergarten there. So they had asked me one day like, "Hey man, I know he's only like 4 and in preschool, but can he play on the kindergarten division because we need a coach?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I mean, I guess it's it's fine. I mean, they can't even walk and talk, but yeah, we'll throw him in there." So we did it, man, and like probably about 6 weeks we kept playing basketball with that, and then 2nd grade was when he finally told me, he's like, "Hey man, I just want to play basketball year round." I'm like, "So you don't play soccer, lacrosse, no nothing?" "No, just basketball," and that's kind of where we've been since 2nd grade, basically, right?
Yeah, that's dope. What makes you keep going to the gym though every day? Like that's hard to do, especially at your age and younger. Like, what's always keep you shooting shots?
The main thing,
trying
to get a scholarship.
Really?
For free, free school.
When did you come with that mindset?
6th, 7th grade.
Really? That's crazy because I don't think a 6th or 7th grader would be thinking about that, right, Dustin?
Well, yeah. I mean, and to your point, like a lot of parents have to kind of like push their kid to kind of do the training and kind of do the stuff. And we've been blessed, and I've been blessed, right? Mm-hmm. Where he takes a lot of that initiative himself, right? So he'll go and he'll say, "Hey, we need to get to the gym," or what. Now, I'm not saying I don't say, "Hey, man, we got to get to the gym." Right. He's 15. Like, they don't really think too much half the time anyways, right? So, I'm always like, "Hey, man, it's time to get to the gym." But there's no, like negative actions towards it because he knows he wants to go, right? Yeah. It's just me going, "Hey, we got to go now," right? But yeah, I mean, just like I told him before, I said, we're not blessed with thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. I said, so, work hard and try to get you a scholarship because the last thing you want to do is get out of college with debt, right?
Right.
Debt's going to drag you down with those student loans because they are expensive. Trust me, man, they are expensive. So, try to work your butt off now, sacrifice now, right? So sacrifice these next 4 years, man. Go as hard as you possibly can. Live in a gym. Limit social media, limit all this other stuff that's not going to get you there. When I mean like getting you there, focus on dietary needs, nutrition, sleep, all the, speed and agility, the strength training that goes along with the basketball skills training sessions, right? To get you where you have a potential or an opportunity to maybe get a scholarship, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the path where he wants to be at, So I'm thankful he's got a good work ethic and, he's continuing to do that. So.
Where'd that work ethic come from?
Man, I don't know. I like to say me.
Yeah, probably.
I like to say it's mom. I mean, my wife. I mean, she's got a master's degree, so she's been dedicated to that craft.
That's a unit.
Yep. Yeah. So we do it together. I mean, the expectations are, hey, we don't expect straight A's in school, but they all get straight A's.
Yeah.
We never put pressure on them when it comes to grades. They kind of take that initiative themselves and they set their own expectations with that. We just say, hey, just try your best. And sometimes your best is a C. just happens, right? Like sometimes you just don't comprehend something and you don't get it. It doesn't resonate with you. So, but they're basically straight A students. You know, they're self-sufficient, you know what I mean? Like they're all superb in what they do athletically wise. So, I mean, we're blessed, but I think just with us, you know, working and, you know, trying to achieve great things for us personally, so that way our family has things as a group, I think that's where a lot of their work ethic comes from.
That's dope. You have anything to add? No? So, going back to what you're saying, like dedicating your time to the kids, right? And it's you and the wife putting your time to the kids. How much, like for me, right? I understand how, like when you see your firstborn, right? Like for me, it's like everything stopped for a couple seconds, slow down. And then you start realizing like it's not about you, it's about that baby. You know, that just got born. And at first, I was in a position where I just overworked myself. You know, that you guys been there where like I was just going. And now I'm like in a position where like I'm slowing down and I'm doing these things, right? On your end, you just said that you guys are all about the kids, not about you guys right now.
Correct.
What made you have that mindset? Because I know I see everybody wants to balance their life out, right? Like they want to have their adult life, their family life, their personal life, like all that stuff.
Well, it's funny you said that because my wife and I just had that conversation today was, you need to take me to do something because we never do nothing together, right? And I go, I guess that makes a little sense, right? We don't do enough together, but our relationship is healthy enough where we can sustain it, right? Gotcha. Where, you know, it's not ideal. You know, do I want to take her out and do things? Sure. Yeah. Does she, you know, whatever. We want to go out and do things, you know, as a couple, right? Because you got to keep that marriage, that flame going, right? And that's a huge thing, man. Marriage is hard, man. I've been married for 19 years. I mean, that's basically unheard of nowadays, right? As we know, like marriage is tough, man. And it's you know, people always say it's 50-50 and really it's 100-100, man. Like you got to give 100-100 each. And but we know that the kids are striving for something because they tell us what they want to do. So, you know, we sacrifice some of the stuff that we want to do just to make sure that we can take them and afford them the opportunities to make them as successful as they possibly want to take it, right? Gotcha. So we know eventually, you know, we probably should be doing some more things together. But we understand that, you know, we only got a few more years of having all this happen. And hopefully once they're going off to college and, you know, we can kind of travel and do our thing then. So
yeah, that's dope because I did something similar my first 10 years, right? Like she stayed at home. I worked. And it was for her to raise the kids because we all know freaking daycare. It's
expensive. You might as well just not even work, man.
Exactly. And we did the math. It was like shy by a couple $100. I'm like, there's no
just
point.
Stay home.
Yeah. So that's the decision we made. And now we're in this phase of like, okay, that happened. Now let's go into this next phase, which is cool to see and understand that other marriages do something similar. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we have these goals for these next 5, 10, 15 years. Yeah. And then we're going to get back and regroup and do these other goals.
And it's fun to see it happen, man. Like I said, you definitely want to make time for your spouse. You know, it's always, you know, your spouse is above your kids, man. I mean, if you go to church or do anything, it's, you know, the Lord, and then it's your spouse, and then it's your kids, right?
Some people get that misunderstood.
Trust me, man, I get it misunderstood, right? I mean, the Lord's always number one, but, you know, my kids kind of come above my spouse from time to time, and right, wrong, or indifferent. But with her and I being on the same page, we understand, like, it's not doing it out of, you know, spite or anything like that. You know, it's just how it's working out right now
at the moment,
right? So, but yeah, man, it's a good experience, man. Like I said, but, you know, working hard and being able to have that opportunity where, you know, she travels with my daughter, like my middle one, the gymnast most of the time. So I go to a meet here and there, but most of the time she takes care of all that. I take care of the basketball side of it, then the soccer side of it. So we kind of divide and conquer. Yeah. And that's our roles. Like we know what our roles are, you know?
And that's what I was about to ask you next. Like, I know you talked to me about, I think like once or twice of like, I'm like, how do you guys work through this? Because you're starting to explain to me like, oh, my daughter does this, but we got to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And I'm like, how do you guys do this? You know what I mean?
Well, grandma helps out a little bit too, right? So, you know, we have a great support system. So her mom and dad are phenomenal. So anytime we can't, you know, there's only two of us, right? So
Right.
at the end of the day, we can only go two different places. So if that third one kind of falls into an area where we can't get them there,
Right.
Grandma kind of comes in and rescues.
Yeah,
the
and I
day.
met Grandma before a couple of times.
Yeah, Grandma's cool. Yeah, she dropped Colt off at the shop before, but great lady, man. So I mean, it's really, when they say it takes a village, man, it truly does. You know what I mean? So fortunately we have that support system, on her side of the family to help us out.
Yeah.
Because without that, I couldn't divide myself and split and go in two different ways, man. As much as I'd like to, but it's not possible. So
Heck yeah. So I know something me and you are real similar. Like what I've learned is like we go after it, bro. We don't care opinions. We don't. we'll figure it out as we go.
Hey, man, I tell people, man, like I might hurt your feelings with some of the stuff, man, that I say.
Right.
But it's not being malicious in it, right? It's not being like angry with it. It's just some of the stuff I'm just very straightforward and transparent.
Yeah.
And a lot of people nowadays can't handle that, right?
Yeah. And my thing with that is like I just see what you can do more than what you can see for yourself. You know what I mean? Like I know how much potential. I can see it. And I just want to push you to that, Is that how you kind of?
Well, and I see that too. Like I'll just be transparent with people. Like, hey, this is what I see. This, and I even point out the flaws too, man.
Yeah.
Like people don't like to hear the flaws, but it is what it is. I mean, same with him. Like, I mean, I'll bust him up in a training session all day long, right? And then he'll want to back talk me, and we just go back and forth. But it's like, if I didn't see something in you, like I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah. To
kind of, fix it or correct it, right? The minute I stop correcting you or the minute I stop having those deep conversation with you or those tough conversations, it's probably, I've probably checked out on you at that point, right? So, but yeah, man, like I said, it's tough, like, having the business, right? And then opening up a new shop, right? There's all this animosity, right? That kind of goes along with it.
Yeah. Where
people are kind of envious of what you're doing, right? So you go to this point where, you start like you did, man, as a young dude out of Middletown, which awesome, dude. The success story is phenomenal.
Appreciate it,
but you logged a lot of hours with that, right? So just grinding, family sacrifices, right? Your kids were young, so they weren't busy. So you had that opportunity, like you said, wife's at home, taking care of all that. But you're building an empire, right? To the point where, I want to get to a point where, like you said, dude, if I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go take my kids somewhere. If I want to go and just call it half a day, I'm going to go call it and take a half a day because I built that for myself, right? So I afforded myself the opportunity to do that. And some people can't handle that, man. And it's like, it's not my fault, right?
Right. And with me, it's like, to me, it's like when I see that or that friction comes along, it's like you're upset at yourself, really. Because you can do it, but you're trying to find ways to hold yourself accountable to that, level.
And it's almost like a little bit of jealousy factor to it because they see what you've done. But in a sense, if you applied all that extra energy of you being negative about what I'm doing, you would probably succeed. You would probably be successful. Yeah. I was told people too, I'm like, all these like hustlers and like, people that are like fraud and like hackers and stuff like that get caught. Dude, if they would apply that to something that made sense, you would be super successful and not be in jail, right?
Correct.
So if you would take all that animosity, right, that hatred for what you've worked hard to do and applied all that energy into expanding yourself, just think of all the great stuff you could possibly do, right?
Yeah.
And the same way with anything sport related, right? Yeah. Kids get mad, right? Oh, so-and-so's doing this, so-and-so's doing that. We don't focus on so-and-so. We don't focus on anybody else. We don't focus on him getting a scholarship already, this kid being able to dunk already, this kid doing this or this kid doing that. You focus on yourself, right? Like what can I do to get better?
Yeah.
Like what can I do to 1% each day get better than what I was yesterday, right? To get to the goal that I want to be at.
Yeah.
So we try not to have the negative stuff, you know what I mean? So I think if a lot of people did that, man, like they would grow themselves, right?
Yeah.
They could do what you're doing. If they truly wanted to, they could branch out and start their own,
do their own thing.
Studio, right? Yeah. And just start adding clientele and building that pipeline and things like that. But it's easier to just be negative towards people and to hate on people than it is to just kind of take all that energy and apply it to yourself and get better.
Right. And for me, it's like, why though? That's always been my question. I've never been able to ask somebody that because I'm not around people of that mindset. But I always want to ask, like, why do you want to have that energy towards that,
And they want to be around people like that too, right? Like they want to bring like birds of a feather flock together. Yep. And we just had that conversation earlier. It's like You find me 5 drunks, I'm probably gonna be a 6th one if I'm hanging around with them, right? So you want to hang around with like-minded people, and if you've got those negative people constantly draining your energy, you know, you're not going to be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. So it's always good to kind of just, you know, take that away and, you know, remove that friend or that acquaintance or that whatever you want to call it, and replace them with something else. But at the end of the day, man, I never understood why people are that way, man.
Yeah, it's just something weird. I always wonder why. I always want to ask, but again, I'm like, I don't have a conversation with those people, but I wish I did.
But you don't want to get into that conversation.
No,
man.
but,
it's one of those ones.
I still want to, like, why? Just sit them down, like, well, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's that helped you out? Just being able to be around that mindset of like your dad just instilling that stuff in you, like when you probably see somebody doing something you will not possibly
Like,
want to do, but you know, you just see like, oh, I wish, you know, this, that, third, or the other.
I mean, you just stay focused, like, on what you're doing, because people have their different paths, and you just whatever God lets you do, let you do. So.
Okay, so elaborate that a little bit more. So like, elaborate if you can a little bit more on that.
Like what? Like the different paths.
Yeah, just in general.
Well, like, I'm gonna follow my own path. I'm not gonna worry about what other people are doing, and just stay true to myself, and like, focus on myself.
That's dope, and that's just something you and your dad just been able to have that conversation. Is that like, how does he break that down to you? Because obviously he's older than you, right? You're a kid. How were you able to grab that and understand it? Like, how did he explain that to you?
I just listen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it makes sense. So like,
that's what I'm saying. So whatever he explains to you, is just making sense. He's not just talking.
I mean, I may not get at the right
moment.
there, but it'll make sense.
Gotcha.
So.
That's dope.
Well, and we always say too, man, we're always like, everybody has their own path, right? Like, everybody's path is not always going to be the same, right?
Yeah.
Some people are going to have a straight path. Some people are going to have to go through some curves and some bends. Some people are going to have some valleys, some peaks, right? But it's all about, you know, where are we trying to get to at the end of the day, right?
Right.
So if your goal is play college basketball, right? You know, not everybody's path is the same, right? If you got 10 guys who wanted to be barbers, right? Their path to open in their studios are probably going to be 10 different paths, right?
Right.
From, you know, how they lay out the studio to how they build the clientele. I mean, so there's always ways to get there, right? Like, you may be the best shooter, but you might be deficient. Somebody else might be a better dribbler than you, or somebody else might be able to be more athletic than you, right? But it's just honing in on what you can do and enhancing what you're deficient in, right? And we have that conversation. It's like, hey, these kids are getting scholarships now, right? Supposedly scholarships, right?
Yeah.
It's not really a scholarship yet because you can't really get it till your junior year. But everybody posts like, got my first D1 offer, right? I was telling them like, yeah, man, that's cool, man. I'm proud of them, right? Like be proud for them, right? Like be excited for them because, you know, 1% of these kids are getting scholarships, right? Like 1% of these kids are taking their sport at basketball and going to college. Like, that's a small number, man, when you look at the whole big picture, right?
Right.
So I go, be excited for them, be humble, right? And always cheer on the other people, man. Like, you don't want to be that negative person, right? Like we just talked about, going, oh man, I'm not, forget that. You know, that's crazy, whatever. I said, be humble, but still be on your journey, right? Like, be on your road and know where you're trying to get to. And, you know, that's an everyday conversation, I think, right? I mean, we have those conversations in the gym or lifting or whatever. So, you know, we try to have those little touch points daily just to kind of reiterate, you know, what the end goal is for him and what I'm trying to do to help him, right? Because, you know, if he didn't want it, I wouldn't be logging the hours I logged to help him, right? So, and trust me, we've had that conversation. I'm like, dude, if you're not going to come here and work hard and you're going to, you know, half butt it, like, I'll just pack it up and we'll go home, right? I could go watch some basketball or I'll go do something for myself.
Yeah.
Then reality comes in, he checks himself, we get back into the mode, and then we're back into the grind again.
That's dope. Do you understand, or you probably don't yet, but do you understand that how you're going to be able to use that in life yet?
Nah.
No?
Not really.
The way the foundation you're getting built around you, you're going to be able to at least be able to understand when there's trials and tribulations, not to quit right away or to just have a negative impact on your personal life in a way. So, like, I always tell people sports is business or life, and vice versa. And it's something for you to think one day, man, whenever you get a chance. Like, start, how can I incorporate this in life? Because once you understand life, everything comes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, for me, one of the things I did, like, how you start barbering? Well, I started cutting hair because the guy that was cutting my hair, I didn't like the way he was doing it.
Right.
just small details, right? But when I was sophomore, I started cutting hair. Junior year, I'm like, oh, I like this. Like, I'm making $5 a cut in the garage. You know what I mean? Like having people over, great time. But what I noticed is I got to start making decisions for my life, you know? And one of the things, like, what am I going to do? Like, time is crunching now, right? So what I did was I made a list of things I like to do and love to do. You see what I'm saying? I even made it negative, not what I didn't like.
That's what I like, but like and love.
Yeah. So I kept it still positive. What I like to do and love to do. So like I started listing stuff down and noticing like, oh, like barbering is like one of my main things that I love to do. And I just kind of went from there and applied other things, you know, that had to do with the life skills and stuff that I was going through, and kind of applied it all together and kind of put myself where I'm at, not right now, but like just throughout the journey, you know, just from sports, cutting hair and all that stuff.
Well, and all that stuff, man, like this year was tough for him as a freshman. You know, we went through some, I say we, because I think it was a family ordeal.
Yeah.
We went through some adversity, you know, his freshman year of basketball season, that I told him, I said, you know, start out super positive, right? And then one thing led to another. And, it's one of those things where you're just going to work through it, right? But there was a lot of adversity that came along with it. And as a 15-year-old, I mean, it's hard to kind of have that understanding of why, right? Like, why this is happening. And
because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, right?
And then some, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, you're just constantly you're doing everything right. Like you're the epitome of what it should look like, right?
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know, things are happening for a reason, right? I don't have an answer for it right now. But at the end of the day, it may not happen this year, 5 years from now. It could happen 10 years. Like you learning to fight through this adversity right now is going to set you up for something down the road.
Correct.
Don't know when, but it's going to help you eventually, because you're going to work at a job, right? That some things happen. Well, how do you battle that, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you fight that adversity? Like, what do you do? Are you going to quit? You just want to pack up shop and take your ball and go home? Or are you going to go, hey, man, this is not the ideal situation. I'm going to do the best I can with this situation, and I'm going to get through it.
Yeah.
But then after that, we're going to figure some things
go back
out.
to the drawing
We're going
board
to go back
and
to the
figure it
drawing
out.
board, right?
Yeah.
We're going to draw some different things up, right? We're going to draw a new play up. But we're going to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
And that was tough for him, man. I mean, just dealing with that. Like I said, it was you know, trying to get him to understand that, you know, because like I said, he's 15, so kids don't think clearly at that age, right? You know, but I think, like you said, it's just learning, right, and applying things that go on into your life further on as you get older.
Yeah, I know we talked about it a little bit before. I'm like, and I just told him straight up, you know, something with me, like when my teenagers come into the chair, I treat them as an adult because I want them to already understand a little bit what life is about to bring to them, right? And I just tell them straight up, like, hey, that's good as happening now. Yeah. Like, usually people try, you know, baby them up, like, oh, it's okay. No, I'm like, it's good as happening now because now you know what's about to happen in the future. And the earlier you go through these things, the more you'll be able to, you know, further navigate through life, you know.
And it's better to experience all that stuff now, right? Earlier, right? Because now it's setting you up for success later, because I feel like now you have ammunition, right?
Yeah.
To use, right? You have, you know, different tools in your belt, right? That's going to help you become successful. So when you get into difficult situations, right, that things you should have, you don't get, how do I navigate that situation, right?
Yeah.
Like whether it's a promotion or a big contract falls through, or anything of that nature, it's like, how do you navigate that adversity, right?
Yeah.
And what am I going to do to fix it, or what am I going to use to make it better, right?
Right.
So I mean, I think there's always lessons, regardless if you take a loss, right? Like you're always learning.
Yeah.
So like, you know, a loss is still a lesson. It's still a W at that point, right? We're still learning
what not
something
to do
from it.
now.
Yeah, we know what not to do. Yeah, 100%.
That's how it was with my first 10 years in my 20s when I opened up at, you know, I opened up at 22 going on 23. I was like, I want to mess up as much as I can. Yeah. In my 20s.
Fell, dude. Fall flat on your face, get right back up.
And now, like, I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I got new barbers. Sometimes like, I'm like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm gonna let you know it's about to happen. Go ahead and try it though. I want you to try.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you, but I know the outcome is gonna come out of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I did it like that because I wanted to, in my 30s, like navigate through life a little bit more smooth. You know?
Well, you want to take these years and just like I said, you want to just take all your bumps and bruises whenever you first start.
Yeah.
And like you started your business young, and we've had this conversation years ago. I was like, I've always worked for somebody, right? I've always opened up businesses and made them profitable, right? Mm-hmm. And then, you know, being in the construction businesses, they pay you a big chunk of salary, right? You make this lucrative money to run these businesses. And then once you get profitable, right, and you bring that ship where it's almost on co-pilot, right? Mm-hmm. Like autopilot, then they're looking for somebody cheaper, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been through that multiple times, but it took me a minute to start my own business, right? So I kind of used all those failures, not really failures because they were lessons, right? I learned a lot of stuff along the way. Being in this business for so long that now it's afforded me the opportunity to own my own business for the last 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. I was nervous at first, like, man, I'm so used to this like steady check, this money coming in, right? And you're used to that, right? It's a guaranteed. Now you're like, oh, dude, like,
you gotta go get every day.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got to grind, right? Yeah. And I built that pipeline for the last 3 years, and now it's came to fruition this year. Where now, you know, we're gonna do over $1 million, $1.5 million this year. We'll probably do $3 million the following year, right? So it's taken some time, and I mean, I've been beat over the head multiple times, right? Mm-hmm. Before I've got to the point that I'm at now. But you know, we talk about being able to be at things. That's why I wanted my own business, man, was to be able to have that autonomy and do what I want. Mm-hmm. So I could be with them whenever I need to be there, travel when I need to travel, take vacations whenever I want to take vacation. I don't want to report to somebody all the time and say, hey, man, you know, because when kids are at different schools, vacations are different, you know, spring breaks and stuff. So, you know, we wanted to have that opportunity. So, but yeah, man, running that business is tough, man. I mean, it's tough. It's long hours.
Easy.
No, it's not for the week. I promise you that.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, I want to know if you have any questions you ever thought of, you know, asking or comments or anything like that.
I mean, my comment is, man, like I said, we've been grinding with you for a long time, man, since he was little. And like I told you before, like when I had hair, I used to get good haircuts, man. And now, you know, the Bic takes care of it, you know, at this point. But, you know, it's been cool, man. Like, not that you're my kid or anything, so don't get this twisted when I say it, but it's like, you know, watching you grow from the younger you to where you're at now, man. It's been a super cool journey, bro.
I appreciate that.
Super cool journey.
Appreciate it. You got anything to say?
Mm-mm.
You got nothing to say, man.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Thank you for cutting my hair.
That's it. You have nothing to say. Don't get nervous now.
I'm not getting nervous.
I told him the other day, it was funny, man. We went in to get a cut from AB. I was like, bro, I said, Keven didn't cut our hair like the last 2 times. I said, I feel like we're cheating on him, man. You know, and I said, but I never know what my schedule is. So it's like hard for me to book it. So I look at him like, bro, you look like a sheepdog. We gotta get your hair cut. And then I look at Keven. I'm like, dude, he's doing so well that I can't ever get in, right? So it's one of those things where I'm like, well, I'll go to the chair like right next to him, man. Hopefully he doesn't freak out. But he knows he's my guy, man. And
but see, with me with that, it's like, I don't take it personal. Like, I don't. I know a lot of barbers do, or like, I think sometimes clients like, oh, I'm like, it's a thing where like, you hire and fire me in a sense, right? Not in a bad way, right? Like you're saying, like, I don't have the availability sometimes. But my thing is like, stay within the shop. You know what I mean? To help and support whatever it is. But like, I never took it personal. I feel like some barbers do, or clients like feel like some weird thing. Yeah. But for me, it's like, I understand. Like, it's part of life.
Well, and I don't think you take it that way. It was just us. Like, I go, man.
No, I know. And
you know what I mean? That's just me as a person, right? I'm like, man, he doesn't have anything, dude, but you need a cut. Like, I'm looking at AB. It's like, all right, I guess we'll go to AB, man. I was like, it's fine. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, and like, I think more barbers should be that way.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. Like, especially if it's under the same umbrella, right? It would be different if I'm going like to a different shop and get cut by somebody different, right? But at the end of the day, like 10 years of dedication, man, like, you know, we would never just up and, you know, leave. But I just want to tell you that because that's the conversation he and I had. I'm like, man, dude, like, Kevin's got all these mornings, but you're at school. What are we going to do? I'm like, let me find a 2:30. No, we don't have that either. I'm like, just give me somebody, man. But nah, dude, I appreciate you, man. It's been great watching you grow, dude. It's been great, obviously, seeing your kids grow, man. And taking those conversations we've had and, you know, watching you put those into the kids and seeing them develop, man. So it's going to be awesome, man, to watch the next 10 more years, dude.
Yeah, same as saying. I can't wait till I see him and see what he's about to do. It's coming. It's coming. You got to be patient. Just keep there. One step at a time. What I like to call just keep chipping away.
Yep.
You know, just keep chipping away and you're going to get somewhere. All right, man.
That's
appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Thanks for having us, man.